I'm Don Blair, professional photographer from Salt Lake City, Utah. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. What I'd like to do is talk about how photography is changing. People today want variety, more of the contemporary look. I feel that many of our studios, many of the studios in the country today are literally out of sync. Relationship between the photographer and the client, especially out of sync with the young people. Look at your photography. Compare it with the magazine illustrations, the MTV, the TV. I think we need to get in full tune with the today look or the now generation. Let's look now at some traditional images as well as some contemporary photography. At our studio, we do images that are the now generation, hopefully in tune with the nifty 90s, literally bringing in the environment. When we do our studio work, we try to make it special. We often go to the client's environment to make the photograph seem more natural. But we will all agree, it's time-consuming, and we are at the mercy of the elements. I want to show you an alternative that gives you more variety and a more contemporary look, but also a method that is easier and quicker, making creative photography available to more people. And it's called special effects projected backgrounds. We will definitely continue our style of traditional and environmental photography. However, we have added a new dimension to our business. We have added the use of special effects backgrounds. Look at these beautiful settings, the beautiful environment. Let's take advantage of today's technology and bring these locations into your studio. All this is possible with special effects projection. You have two choices to obtain these images. Number one, buy stock slides. Number two, even better, photograph your own background slides. Let me show you how. Come on, let's go on a background safari. All right, now let's go ahead on our background safari. Let's step in and see. You know, it's absolutely a fantastic situation. You know that I'm hung up on the environmental portraiture. I'm hung up on the wide-angle aspect of photography, to getting in the backgrounds, bringing the environment into the photography. I think this is so important. Notice the beautiful situation in my background, the overall area with the pillars, the columns, etc. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm sure that many of you will have a similar area, park, etc. in your hometown that you love, that you're hung up on, that you like. And that's important. Let's go ahead, let's move in and look and concentrate on the background area. All right, now let's look at this fantastic background here. Look at the columns, look at the background area, the texture, the columns and the texture in the wall. See, everything, we need to concentrate and place the subject now in our mind, where we're going to actually place that subject when we're back into the studio. All right? Look now at the texture again, the wall, the placement. Visualize that we're going to put that gorgeous bride where we're going to place her. Through the magic of video, we have that gorgeous bride in position. Let me tell you what's happening now, and there isn't positively a viewer that's viewing this tape that hasn't had the problems that on location. Those problems can be even the bugs, you know, the situation that's going to do their thing there. Even the problems setting it up. We're in a popular location like this. Maybe the handsome individuals that's walking through, and that's all. And then the wind. Look at the wind touching, just blowing that veil ever so slightly. These are the problems at the hand that we need to control. We need to be able to watch and handle. Look at that wind now that's just coming in. It's absolutely unreal. We need to control it and watch it at all times. Now we're going to capture this background and we're going to put it on transparency film so that we can take it back into the studio and we can literally go ahead and use it over and over again so that we are the masters of our craft. We can go ahead and control it and do those things we want on the background itself. Let me go ahead. Let's make an exposure here. All right, now here's the situation where we're very, very close to where we were before, the archway. But look at the beauty. Look at the overall arch area. Look at the pillars. Look at everything that's working for us. Look at the light direction. Look how it's controllable there. Put your imagination caps on now and we're going to bring that gorgeous subject in. We're going to center that beautiful bride right in the arch area and make a photograph there. Let's go ahead and do it. At this location, we have an ideal background, one that again offers a great deal of depth. It is elegant. It is the kind of background that a photographer would go to great effort to find, if he is lucky enough to have a background like this in his area. But we have problems here. When we place the bride where we would really like her to be, the lighting is terrible on her face. We are faced with a situation of getting either good subject lighting or good background lighting, but we really want both of them. The only way to fix it is to bring a large reflector and auxiliary lighting, etc. And this may really and truly may not be at all convenient. It may be even impossible. If, however, you capture this background on transparency, you can bring it into your studio where you are the master of the background. After all, you already own professional quality lighting equipment, softboxes, reflectors, and etc. Later on, we're going to show you how to use a slide of this background in the studio to produce results that are even better than what you could get on location, and a whole lot easier to accomplish. Let's bag it. Here is still another wonderful situation. We are going to photograph this delightful young couple with a background that uses a corner location. We are going to use the corner to increase the amount of depth in the background, to make the whole image more interesting, more attractive. We're using the background to complement the subject, to create an image that they are going to love. The only problem is that this background location is 3,000 miles from my studio in Utah. But we can bag this one as well and take it home where I will be able to use it whenever I want to, 24 hours a day. And I'll be able to light the subjects my way rather than depending on the unreliable natural light. Windows make wonderful backgrounds, and here is really a terrific example. We can use this window a number of different ways. If we photograph it straight on, it works great for both close-up and even full-length portraits. We'll show you a little later how to do it. But don't forget to capture the window from a number of different angles. A single window, such as this one, can form the basis for a wide variety of different shots. And when you are shooting a window like this one, try to make sure you don't have bright sun shining in. You don't want distracting hot spots. A cloudy, bright day like we have today usually gives the best results. This place is just an absolute jewel. There are so many different wonderful settings that we can capture. We have a little problem. The sun is popping in and out, making the background sometimes too hot and too contrasty. In an ordinary on-location shoot, we have to worry about this. But today we can capture the background just as the cloud passes over, so we can catch the background at its very best. This is an example of a location that would be almost impossible for local photographers to use. During the day, there are hundreds of kids walking up and down this pathway, but we are getting it early Saturday morning, and then it's ours to use whenever and however we wish. Gardens are terrific locations if the conditions are right. You don't want bright sun. You don't want hot spots. This location is great because we have soft lighting and we have good depth and good color in the background. Think of all the different things you can do with this background. Coming up with background ideas is simple. Here we have a set of lockers. They will make a great casual background. Next, we are going to catch the sports complex, the gym, the swimming pool, the basketball court, the tennis courts. Are you beginning now to get the idea? In a very, very short time, just a few hours, you can capture some real dynamic backgrounds. Let me show you. Let's look in the bag. Let's see what we've got. This is so much fun, looking at the slides. It really, you know, it's like going on a hunting trip. Let's just look and see. Oh, man, we've got some good ones. Let me tell you, I can't believe it. Look at the arches. And that locker scene is absolutely fantastic. The depth into, oh, I can't believe it. It's great. Oh, we've got some neat slides here. The windows. It's fantastic. In fact, they're great. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get started now. Let's have some fun. Let's live it up. What we want to do, what we want to concentrate on is using those slides, the background that we photographed yesterday. But you know, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about some of the things I feel in professional photography. And I don't care if it's an environmental type photograph, if it's a studio type photograph, or if it's something that's on location. I firmly believe we ought to concentrate and have that sound posing, good lighting. The two must harmonize right together. There must be that good, happy marriage between the two. We can't end up with bad photography, quote, and then bring in some sort of an exotic background and think we're going to save the day. It's a definite no-no. Let's not use the background as a crutch. It definitely will not work. You know, all the background, in my opinion, all the background does is nothing more than complement that subject. That's all that we're doing. In fact, I think before we even start doing the overall photography, let's pose the beautiful subject without the background. Let's go ahead, let's do it, and concentrate on that sound, posing, and lighting again before we even work into the background. Let's bring in our beautiful bride now, and let's start with some of the posing and lighting. Sandra? That's great, that's great. Sandra, let me turn you just that much. That's beautiful. Turn your head, please, into the main light. Let me just scoot your veiling back just a touch. That's nice. I love it. Let me step back in here. Let me have your flowers, may I? You just keep looking right up there at that main light, and let me do this. I need to have you hold the flower with your stationary hand, or with the hand that's farthest away from Mr. Lenz. I need to bend the wrist in. That's it. That's it. Just relax the little pinky. Beautiful. Let me have your right hand. This now is the show hand. Why? Because it's closest to Mr. Lenz. Let me do this. Bend the wrist down, dear. That's it. Just relax it like so. That's nice. I need to pull the veiling forward just a touch, and let me scoot back around here for just that much. Now, let me come around and look at the lighting on that pretty face before I finalize that. Let me step into here. Let me just see. All right, now, to show the lighting on that beautiful face, let's turn the video lights off. That's good. That's good. Now, let me just see you here. That's nice. Sandra, dear, tip your head. That's it. Not too far, not too far. And turn your head to your... There, there. Let me step back around. I want to talk a little bit now about the accent light. The accent light to me are a garlic light. It's nothing more than adding the punch, a kiss of light. That's the light that's coming in and giving that added zest. It's the added depth to the photograph. In other words, I think whatever type photography we're doing, relax it here, dear, whatever type photography we're doing, we need to have that foreground. We need to have the middle ground and the background. We need to have the same thing with lighting. The lighting needs to be able to step into that photograph all the way. That's good. That's good. Let me do you here. That's nice. Remember, now we're trying to complement the subject by the use of the lights, the happy marriage between the light and between the posing, letting it be here, and just wet your lips good, my dear. That's nice. That's nice. That is great. That is great. I'm going to step back now. Let's take a look through and see exactly what we've got at camera position. Hold it right there, my dear. 1 second. All right, great. Good, good. Let's start now by bringing in our background slide. Let's go ahead. I'm going to adjust it. Look what's happening now as we bring that slide in. We need to place that slide or the background area in proper positioning. There. Let's look at the intensity. I'm going to rack the intensity now up a little bit. Look, the higher the intensity on that background slide is doing its thing. Look, then the intensity on the face is dropped down. It's a definite no-no. Let me adjust it now and tip it back down in a little bit more. I'm going to reduce it. Look at the brilliance in the face. Look what's happening. As the brilliance in the face comes back in, it gives a much nicer, really. What's happening now? The background itself is truly complementing the subject. The subject now is standing out, just as it should be, just as it should be. The whole everything. Look at the highlighting on the face. Look at the highlighting on the pillars, the background itself. Look what's happening as far as the overall brilliance. Relative to the bride's face. That's what we truly want to see. We want to see the bride's face. She is the subject. That's what we're doing. We don't want to be, or to have that background so highlighted to be brighter than the face. We cannot live with that. If it's too domineering, it's just a definite no-no. Okay, let's go. We've just about got it. Let me do it. Let's look in here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Then do it. Do it. Sandra, tip your head a tiny bit to your right. That's it. Moisten your lips good. There. I love it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Moisten your lips once more. Once more. Tip the head to your right. Tip it just. I love it. I love it. Eyes back at me. Just. I love it. I love it. Boom. There, love it. All right, now let's change the background. Many times, see, we can go ahead, we can change the position of the background, different areas that we can work, and it's absolutely fantastic. Using the same slide by just merely sliding that slide around in different positions. Yeah, look at it, look there. Look at it, just that's it, as I'm adjusting and turning it here. Now look what's happening. Look at that, look exactly. Look what's happening all along. Now let's watch the intensity. Look at the intensity. I'm going to raise the intensity up just a little bit. Look what happens. The intensity of her face. Look at the intensity now on the pillars, on the columns themselves. See, now let me drop the intensity back down now. Look what's happening. Look, as I do this, look at the brilliance that picks up into the face. Look what's there. Look what's happening. Look, see, now the brilliance of the face is there, and it's just exactly where we want to be. To me, it's just like the garlic light. You put it in a little, goes a long way. It's just fantastic. That's exactly what we need to do. We need to make an exposure. Wet your lips, Sandra. Just, that's it. Love it. That's good. All right, now let's do another one. But let's get in this next photograph. Let's bring in a little more dimension into this print. Let's bring in a plant. Let's bring in Mr. Prop Man. That's it. Slide it in. That's it. A little more. Right there. I love it. That is good. By bringing in the added prop, see what it's doing? It's adding that additional dimension. We need to concentrate on the subject. We need to concentrate, on the background, obviously. We need to concentrate on that center, the foreground, and the background all the way through. Look, I love it. That's it. Nice. Wet your lips, dear. I love it. All right, now we're going to repose beautiful Sandra. We brought in the additional flowers, a change of the flowers. And let's go ahead and see where we're at. We're going to bring in the new background images all the way through, and we're going to watch for the intensity all the way through. But look here, this time let's move the plant. Let's move the plant because see what's happening. See, it's all together in my opinion in an improper position here. We just can't live with that. We need the depth. Oh, look, kids, look what's happening. See, I feel we have a nice flowing pose on Sandra, but look what's happening. The light direction is coming into the left as you're viewing onto her pretty face. But look at the light that's coming in onto the right. It's a cross of light. It's a no-no. We can't live with that. It's a no-no situation. We have two alternatives. I can either change the lighting around completely, or we can flip the slide. We're going to just do a little flip-flop slide this time, so that we can actually see what's happening with the light direction. Everything must come in on the same side, the same direction. There, look what's happening. The light now is coming in that same direction. Now let's look, and let's zoom in just a little bit. Let's see what's happening. Look as we zoom. I'm going to adjust that. Zooming, look, all right? Beautiful. I'm going to rack it back a little bit more now as it comes back into that's it, even a little bit more. Look at the added depth. Look at the added dimension that we're taking there. Look what's happening. A no-no. Look to the extreme right as you're viewing. It's a no-no. See the hot spot. It's a definite no-no. We can't live with that. So now we must keep that dimension, but we must bring it in. Let's zoom it in. I'm zooming it in right there, just enough. See, just enough to get the feeling all the way through. That is nice. See, what we need to do is have that background so it really and truly complements the subject. After all, that beautiful bride, that's who we're photographing. Hold it right there. That's it, Sandra. That's it. Wet your lips good. I love it. All right, let's go ahead. Let's do one more exposure. Let's make the background a little darker, and we're going to get that's it. I'm going to rack it down even just so it's darker. That's it. To get the intensity. Look how it brightens. Look how it snaps up the face, and that's what we want to do. That's it. Moisten your lips again. That's it. I love it. Good. All right, now in this session, we're going to photograph the lovely bride. And what I would like to do is to go through a few series of poses, concentrating on posing. And I've asked Sally to put the bodysuit on so that we can actually see position, the leg position, the foot position, and so on, without the gown on, so we can actually see what goes on under that gown. Let me have, Sally, would you step in, please? Let me just have you step in here, like so. I'm going to step over here now, Sally, and turn, if you'll just look right straight ahead for 1 minute. Let me step over back at camera position so I can see exactly what we're going to do. All right, now, Sally, if you'll just go ahead, please, and turn to your right. Turn right around. We're going to do a profile. Beautiful. Sally, carry your weight on your right leg. Beautiful. Bring your left leg forward. That's it. That's it. Bring your hands just in front, Sally, please. And turn your head ever so slightly to me. Moisten your lips. Look what we've tried to do. Bring your hands together a little tighter, Sally. Don't raise the shoulders, though. Look what we've tried to do. The weight is on her right. The left leg now is the show piece, the show foot. Look what's happening. If I bend her knee, the left leg, you bend it ever so slightly. There. We have an S curve of line all the way through. Sally, let me turn you, please, forward. Just step right around. Face me. That's nice. Turn a little bit more, Sally, to your left. That's it. Just a touch. This time, carry your weight on your left leg. I love it. I love it. Bring your right foot out. That's it. Point the right toe out a little bit. That's it. But bend the knee in. I love it. Turn your head, Sally, to your right. I love it. Look right. That's it. Right back at me. Look what's happening. Even before we talk about the hands, talk about the arms. Look at now the S curve of line that we're trying to portray. If you draw that imaginary line from the top of beautiful Sally's head down to the footsies, clear down. We're getting a nice S curve. Sally, with your left hand now, please, bring it back just up on the hip with the wrist in against the body. Nice posture, tummy, bust, that's it. Turn the right hand out just a touch. Look, we have a no-no. We have a no-no. Look at Sally's right elbow. Turn just a touch and raise the elbow up. There you go. Bring the hand ever so slightly back. I love it, Sally. That's it. Nice posture all the way. That's it. Tip your head a tiny bit to your left. Turn it to your left. I love it. That's good. Sally, let's do this. I'm going to invite you to step out and go ahead and put your gown on. Let's go ahead and make some beautiful bridal photographs. All right, now we have beautiful Sally in this gorgeous gown. You've already seen the position of the legs, the position of the body. I've tried to keep her in exactly the same area here. Now, the same, as we have photographed her in the leotards. Sally has her weight on her right leg. The left foot is forward. That's the show foot. That's the show leg. That's the stationary. We need to have the happy marriage between posing and between light. Let me step around here now. I'm going to step just on this side. Try to point out to you now the lighting on the profile or the line lighting from the little spotlight. We need to have an accent coming in here. So giving a wraparound of light. The other lighting coming into here, it's blending or wrapping around the whole area, the gown, so that we have depth, definition. We can walk into the photograph. The hands, we need to watch it here. So it's listed. Everything is blending. Everything is in a beautiful S curve. Everything needs to be harmoniously put together, put to bed. Let me step over here. Sally, now, if you'll just hold it there for 1 minute, I'm going to step back looking into the camera and see exactly where we're at. Just 1 second. Sally, that is absolutely fantastic. Just hold it right there, my dear. That is neat. Now, we're now going to bring in a background. Let's go ahead. Let me turn on the background here, the overall area, to see the placement now of background relative to the subject. We need to do that, and look what's happening. Look how neat. Look how neat. That is good. That is good. That is nice. Let's diminish the background. Now look what's happening. Watch the background now. Drop it down. That's it. That's realistic. Beautiful, beautiful. Sally, wet your lips. Good. I love it. Turn your head to me. Just a touch. Just a touch. Right there. Right there. Lips together. Love it, love it, love it. Beautiful. All right, now we've brought in another background, as you can see. This is in the home. It's an elegant type background, but it's still the same principle, the same window light effect. Look what's happening now as I rotate it. Drop the intensity down just a little bit. Look at the background, look at the background, look there. Look how nice, look how nice. Let me call your attention to one more thing. Look what's happening. We need to have, for full-length photography, we need to have at least a 10-foot screen. We're operating today with an 8-foot screen, just for illustration to try to show you. But for the full length, it needs to be a wider screen. Look what's happening. Stand up straight, Sally. Tip your head a little bit more to your right, dear. There, raise your head a little bit. Moisten your lips, good. Moisten your lips. I love it, I love it. Stretch. The weight now is on her right. The left foot is forward. That's it, that's it. Raise it up just a little bit. I love it, I love it. That is nice. Right here, we have beautiful Sally in another area. But look what's happening. Look what's happening all of a sudden. The window is in exactly the wrong position. We need to place Sally between the windows. Let me rotate it here. Let me just turn it over just a touch. That's it. That's it. Look at the intensity. It's way, way too bright. Let me rotate the intensity. Drop it back down so that you can see it. Look, look. Look how it picks up the gown. Look how it picks up the dress. I love it. I love it. Sally, moisten your lips. Good. That's it. That's it. Raise your elbow just a touch. Nice posture. That's it. Wet your lips. Good. Look at me here. I love it. I love it. All right, let's move in now to some elegant close-ups. We need to think in terms of the elegance. We need to think in terms of the soft touch and all. Let's go ahead and put in the soft touch, drop it down, and we can see exactly what's taking place. See the softness, the ethereal effect all the way around. Now, you know, backgrounds can be bright or dark. Really and truly, we are in complete control. We are the masters of that area, and we can control it exactly as you like it. As we bring it down, I'm rotating it down. That's it. That's good. That's good. That's fine. That's good. Now, that's fine. Sally, just there. Look right. I love it. I love it. All right, now we're going to keep exactly the same background, but we're going to bring in a color gel. Let's put in a color. Let me slide in a color gel here now just to do, it's a red, just a tinge, not too bright, but it's going to be toned down, just so we're exactly there. Sally, that's good. Let me do it right. That's nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's good. We need to be so that we are in complete control at all times. Now let's bring in another subtleness. Subtleness. Look what happened. We need to control it all the way so that we can look at this by controlling it. Now, right there. Sally, look down. Look down at the rose. Just that's it. Touch it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. See, if we want to go to an extreme contemporary look, contemporary background, we're in complete control at all times, and that's the thing we have to watch all the way. Sally, drop your head down just there. There, Sally, turn your head to me just a touch more, and the eyes. That's it. That's it. That's it. To me, that's good. That's it. That's it. To me, that's going right in with it. Now, for the traditional background, if we want to go ahead and keep working on that, we can still. We're in complete control at all times. Let's put in the old master type background and let's control it all the way. That's it. This time, drop your head down, Sally, just the eyes, lots of feeling, moisten your lips. I love it. I love it. That's it. I love it. This is the tool that makes special effects possible. As you can see, I've mounted my Hasselblad on the scene machine. I love my Hasselblad, but any camera will work. Let's go ahead and let's insert the slide now. First of all, I'm going to turn the unit on. I'm going to insert the slide now so that this is giving an image on the projected background. You know what's happening? It's very, very simple. As we make the exposure, the scene machine, the light is actually transmitted through the slide, giving you a background image. Let's have some fun. As you know, when we did our background safari, we captured many, many different background scenes. Remember the locker scene. These scenes allow us to provide our clients with a greater variety, such as we see here with Sally. Instead of doing a 10-pose sitting, all with the same traditional backgrounds, we can do more poses with more outfits and more backgrounds. I call this personalized photography, and the clients really love it. As you can see, we now have complete control of the background. Now let's put it to use. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's think now in terms of some young people, the young flamboyant. Look, turn your head a little bit more. There. Raise your head a little bit. Look at the positioning. Now, let me dial in a background here. Let's see where we're at. That's nice. Julie, turn your head into the light a little bit. That's it, there. Look how it's blending the light to the subject. Look at the treatment, the overall treatment. I love it. Hold it, just, look right up at me, Julie. That's it. I love it. Wet your lips good. Boom, I love it. There. All right, now let's change position with beautiful Julie just a minute. Turn a little bit more, Julie, to your left. That's nice. Raise your head a little bit. Let's bring in a background now. Let's see where we're at. That's it. I feel the background's a little too dark here. Let's raise it up. There. That's nice. Looky there. Look. There. Tip your head a little bit more. Why do we bring the background up? Look at the clothing she's wearing. We're looking outside. We need to have it in complete balance. Remember, we need to be in complete control all the time. Wet your lips, dear. That's nice. Julie, look right back at me. I love it. Tip your head down. Just tip your head to your left, Julie. Love it. Yeah. Love it. Good. Okay, let's change it a little bit now, Julie. Relax. That's it. Come in. That's it. Just do it. Move it. That's good. I love it. That's it. Nice. That's good. Love it. Look right back at me. Yeah, chin down. All right. What we've done here, I put in an added gel. Look at the background. Look at the tone of the background. But we put an added gel, an amber gel that's coming in on the hair along the front plane of the sweater. It's absolutely fabulous. Wet your lips, Julie. That's good. Turn your head a little bit more. Oh, there. Tip it to your left. I love it. Look, there you go. We've changed it around a little bit. I've got a different situation. I've left the amber lights in. Look what's happening to her hair. Let's bring in a background. We're changing the scene again. Beautiful. Julie, tip your head to your left, please. Just a touch. I love it. That's it. Let's bring in one more aspect now. Look what's happening here. We're going to bring in some wind. We're going to call upstairs, bring in the wind, do it. That's it. That's too strong. Back off. It's too strong. It's unrealistic. Chin down. That's it. I love it. That's it. Up just a touch with the wind. Just a touch. Let it come up just a little bit more, Uncle Paul. That's it. I love it. Right here, Julie. Look at me. I love it. All right. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to use exactly the same slide, but we have included, we've thrown the slide out of focus a little bit, and we've included an overlay, a designer disc. And drop your head down just a bit, but we've left the gels on. Look what's happening. That's it. Elongate the fingers, Julie. I love it. Chin down. I love it. Beautiful. Right at me. I love it. That's good. Beautiful. Good. All right. That's it. Nice. Let's bring in a background. Let's bring in a different type. Look what's happening now. We've put a blue gel on where there's no limit to what we can do. Let our imaginations run wild. Let's have fun. That's it. Julie, turn your head a little bit. That's it. And chin down. Just a touch. That's good. Right straight. I love it. All right. All together now, a little different concept here. That's it. Look what's happening with that background. We're using two slides now, masking them together. But look, let it roll, Julie. We're having fun. Turn your head a little bit more. That's it. There's no end to what we're doing. Look at that. All right, Julie. Yeah, all right. All right, now let's go ahead. We're going to photograph beautiful Joni now. Look what's happening here. First of all, the posing. I want to bring in a little more pizzazz, Joan. Lean in a little bit more. That's it. I love it. Tip your head a tiny bit. I love it right there. Let's bring in a background now. That's nice. That's nice. Now we want to be with this beautiful, beautiful lady who now is really, she's not quite 16 anymore. We're going to run the soft focus. We're absolutely going to really soft touch. Look what's happening. Look at the feeling. Joni, I love it. Tip your head a little bit more. Look at the feeling. Look at the overall feeling. Blue on blue. Everything is completely wrapped. Hold it now. Just wet them good. Lots of feeling. Joni, lean in, lean in. Again, I love it. Chin down, chin down. All right, all right. All right, now we've changed it a little bit now, and we've got Joan leaning in a little tighter there. That's it. To your right, Joan, and turn your head to your left. Let's bring in the background now. Let's bring in the background. Now, beautiful. Look, now it's soft focus. This time we're using an extreme soft focus, doing it down in. It's a number 5. Look what's happening. We need to run the base in just a touch. Let's bring in a vignetter. I'm rotating up just a little bit. Right there, right there. That's good. That's good. Joni, that's fine. Now, just wet your lips good. Moisten them good. That's it. That's it. That's it. Look, right. I love it. Boom. Let's change backgrounds now. Let's do it. Let's eliminate the vignetter. See, look what's happening. Look what's happening. It's way too... That's it. That's it. We need it completely there. I'm going to make a fast exposure here, Joan. That looks neat. Tip your head a little bit more. There. Bring the fur in a little tighter to you. I love it. There, there, there. Good, good. Look at the background just by changing the intensity. Look what's happening. Let's keep it up a little more. Let's look. See, there we get, in my opinion, way too much. Getting double the ethereal effect. It gives a ghosty. I'm going to rack it back down now. Let it come back down. So it's just in. I love it. This time, raise your head just a little bit. Tip your head just a touch. Remember, we have soft focus in. We've got the ethereal effect. Wet your lips good. Let me drop your head down just a little bit, Joni. Turn your head a touch. Right there. I love it. I love it. That's good. That's good. Moisten them again. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, now here, we have a different illustration now. Look what's happening, the whole work. Let's bring in the background now. Let me just, look how it's tied in together. You know, this could be an illustration, like a magazine cover, like an ad, what have you. But here we've got the control. We've got the overall control right in our studio. Everything is completely there, so it's a complete balance. We're using a number 2 soft focus filter here. Just to give the illustration, it's a softness, but yet it's an overall impact. Do this now. Sandra, wet your lips good. Look right up at me. Tip your head to your left, lips together. Just love it, love it. Yes. All right, here we go now. We've got altogether a different approach. Here we've got the gaucho look. It's a different approach. The more different things, the variety is the king, the spice of life. The more we do, the more we're going to sell, the more excitement we're going to create with our customer. Here we have the number 2 in again. Look at the highlighting on the face. Look at the relationship between the face in the direct background and then also the highlighting to her left as we view it. It's absolutely fantastic. Hold right in there, Sandra. Wet your lips good, dear. That's I love you. I love you. Yeah, that's it. All right. Now here we have altogether a different approach. Look what's happening. Look, we can control the background. We can do whatever we want to do here. Here it's more of again, a magazine type thing, the illustration, a model, a portfolio for the model bit. Look, we're using the gels. We're matching the colored gels to the background itself. Now, Sandra, wet your lips good. Now get hot, my dear. Just do it. I love it. I love it. Tip your head just a little. I love it. Turn your head a little bit more to your right. I love it. Love it. Wet your lips again. Stretch. Come right out to me, baby. I love you. Love you. Love you. All right, now we're in an elegant environment. The overall thing, we're going to bring the slide up in position, and look what's happening now. The elegance there, we have the soft focus, and this way we've increased, look at that, and let's increase the background just, look what's happening. bring it up just a hair. Now, let's drop it back down just a bit. Joni, tip your head a touch to your left. That's it. Look right up there at me. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. Let me do one more now, Joan. Drop your head down. Look right down at the fly. That's it. That's it. All girl tummy bust. Lean to your right. I love it. I love it. That's it. That's it. Good. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. I have chosen one of the slides I took on our safari. A very special, beautiful location at the school. Just the kind of place I would normally use on location to do elegant portraits. Watch what I can do. I can focus the background, making it sharp or making it out of focus. It's up to me. I can change the size of the background. I can use just the portion of the slide I want to use. I can move the slide around and select the exact portion of the slide I want. It's very easy. I can change the intensity of the background, the exposure. All I have to do is rotate the f-stop ring on the projection lens. I normally like darker backgrounds, so I often cut down the intensity. I can even change the color balance of the background. Within the scene machine, I have total control over the background. I am indeed the master. Let's not overlook the guys. We can add to our sales so much the intensity. If we make those handsome guys look handsome, look hot, get with it. Let's bring in our background. That's it, that's it. Jeff, drop your head down. That's it, that's it. Tip your head, Jeff, just a little bit. That's great, that's great. Love it, love it. That's good. That's good, that's good. That's all right. Now, just a minor change. What can we do to enhance this? Good. I'm going to drop his chin down just a little bit, bringing in the background, tip the head a little bit more. I love it. Chin down just a bit. That's good. Wet your lips, Jeff. Look right up at me, right there. That's good. I love it. Love it, right? Beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's good. Let's bring up another background look. All right. Jeff, turn your head to your left a little bit more. Tip it a little bit more to your right. That's it. That's it. Right up at me. That's good. That's great. Great. Good. Good. All right. Let's do one more now. Just let's make it hot. Let's bring up a background, a red gel. Let's put the red light on him. Let's do it. Hit it, Jeff. Let that head tip a little bit to your left. That's it, right straight ahead, right up at me. I love it, right, yes, that's good, good. Yeah, it's hot. All right, let's never overlook the fact of photographing couples, two people. It doesn't matter whether we're photographing in a group, those two people, or breaking the group down, or if we have a love-in type couple, but we need to photograph the twosome together. We photograph many, many times the individuals, but let's not overlook the couples. Let's bring in a handsome couple now. Sally, if you'll step right in, please, and step right over like so, and turn that much. Fine. Jeff, if you'll come right in too, just step right in there and take hold of that beautiful living doll. That's it. You two know each other. I love it. One thing to watch, in my opinion, what we need to do is to watch the position of the body. 45 on handsome Jeff to Mr. Lenz. We need to watch that. We need to watch so that Sally is 45, but we have a nice line. Let me step right back over at camera position. Let me look through here. Just 1 second now. That's great. That's great. Okay, now as we're back into here, I need to have the background area brought into effect. Now, that's it. That's it. That's it. I love it. Now, Jeff, step forward just a tiny bit, and Jeff, turn your shoulder. That's it, but turn your head into Sally. That's it. Sally, turn your head to the left. Bring the hand up a little bit, kids. That's not too high, not too high. And Sally, bring the footsie, your left leg out a little bit more. That's it. Just stretch it out. That's nice. That's nice. Love it. Wet your lips good. Look straight ahead. I love it. Jeff, how are you doing? That's it. Look right up at me. That's it. Right up at me. That's it. Don't be mad. That smile, $1 million smile. I love it. I love it. All right, good. Let's go ahead. Let's do something real different, kids. Look right up at me, right there. That's it, right? Exotic. In fact, let's bring in a different background. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do, but I want to bring in a different effect. Look at each other. Look at each other. That's it. That's it. Jeff, take hold of her waist right there. Let's turn off the studio lights now. Just kill them down. That's it. That's it. Bring her in close. Look right at each other. Good. I need to do one there. That's it. That's it. Bring her in tight. Bring her in tight, Jeffrey. That's it. Raise your head. Lean into him, Sal. Lean into it. That's it. I love it. I love it. That's it. Good, good, good. Let's zoom in a little tighter. Let's zoom in. Sally, that's it. Lean in. Real tight. That's it. Lay one on her, Jeff. Make love. Do it. I love it. Even tighter. I love it. That's good. Love it. Love it. Okay, so what have we done on this project? We've shared new ideas. We at Don Blair Photography have emphasized the more modern look for many years. And really and truly, it has worked for us. Now with the magic of special effects projection, we can be more modern, we can be more creative, we can do a better job to please our clients. And consequently, we're going to make more money. We're going to handle it all the way. We've shown you how to capture your own backgrounds. We've gone out and actually done this. A background safari is truly exciting. Every place you go, whether it's on your vacation, whether it's in your own backyard, wherever, you can capture these beautiful backgrounds. We've shown you how to use these slides with a variety of people. But truly, we have only scratched the surface. There is so much more, so many possibilities. Just look at what we have done, as well as some other images. It's unbelievable. Take a good look at your photography. Is it modern? Are you doing the variety? If you need to spice it up, only you can do it. It's truly up to you. The possibilities are there. I hope we've given you at least a few new ideas so you can truly become more creative, make more money, and have a great deal of fun. And for sure, that's what it's all about.